They're here to briefly address you from the platform. They arrived here, they've got their literature on tables right outside the door here. They have been mingling with you. They want to meet you as badly as you want to meet them. And it's important to develop and to maintain this dialogue so that they know the issues that are so important to Texans, that whomever we send to Washington, that they will be a strong supporter of the things that we hold dear. Now, we know that in November of 2010, we sent many strong conservatives to Congress. And in the months that have ensued, we see the problems that they're having in getting the grassroots agenda implemented. We don't want Kool-Aid drinkers going to Congress or to the Senate. Now, each of these candidates also has a wonderful website that I would encourage you to go to. Google their names, find their website, read about them, read about where they stand on the issues. It's vitally important to have informed voters, and that is one of the strong points of Golden Quarter Republican women. We have raised up women, we have mentored women who have not only become informed themselves, but they've become influential, and you all have a sphere of influence that is vitally important. We've sent women like Jody Waldenberg to the State House of Representatives, and if you know Jody, you can look up the word pit bull and see Jody's face right there. We want to thank you candidates for coming today, for making the effort to come here and to be with us, and we just want you to know that it's about the mission. It's not about any one of us, and the mission is our Republican platform. And so with that, we are going to give these candidates each 6 minutes to address you. They've drawn for speaker order. Candy Noble will be the timer. She's sitting right here, and she will have the cards ready. She's already explained it to them. And so, without any further ado, I would like to first introduce Michael Williams, who is a former commissioner for the Railroad Commission of Texas. That's the commission that regulates the oil and gas industry. He's been elected statewide 3 times. Michael Williams hails from Midland, Texas, and currently resides in the Metroplex. He is an avowed conservative. He's a believer in the free market system and believes that that philosophy should be applied to healthcare, energy, and all aspects of our economy. Michael believes an efficient tax system has a broad base and a low rate. We need to unleash the entrepreneurial spirit by cutting taxes and reforming our tax code with the flat tax. He is strong on national security, believes that the immigration issue is one of national security, and it's not a question of closing borders but controlling them. The safety of the American people depend on it. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Williams.
It's indeed a pleasure for me to have this opportunity to be with you. I first want to thank you and thank the club for giving us this opportunity to speak before you. In addition to that, I have to thank each and every one of you for 3 times in the last 12 years electing and then re-electing a bald-head guy that wears bow ties and cowboy boots. And for many of you that have asked about my life, I have to tell you that Donna's not with us today because she's in Florida. She used to want to be an astronaut when she was young. She became an engineer and a pilot, and she's at the final launch of the space shuttle. My friends, it is a real pleasure to be among people who know that they were created in the image and likeness of God. And it is from Him that their rights come, not from government, who understand that the role of government, quite frankly, is simply to protect and preserve and defend our individual liberty. And understand that when government grows, freedom contracts. My friends, we know that we're in the midst of an epic conflict. A conflict that, quite frankly, is about a vision that says that we heard him when he said, yes, we can. But really what the president meant was, no, you can't, but the government will do it for you. And my friends, we can see it anywhere. What happens every day? Every 5 minutes, 67 young Americans are born in this country. And what do their parents get? They get a birth certificate in one hand, and they get a $45,000 federal debt bill in the other. Because of the fact that we've got a $14 trillion debt, and one in that $6 trillion deficit. And my friends, we know that what we have to do. What we have to do is cut spending. And don't let any of us come to you and talk about cutting spending when they don't tell you what you're going to cut. I had some opportunity as an assistant secretary under Bush 41. We didn't have the Department of Education. We didn't have the Federal Department of Education in 1979, and we don't need one in 2013. My friends, frankly, we did not have a Department of Energy in the early 70s. And we can get rid of the $1.7 billion at the Department of Energy because Elizabeth and I have been working for you every day to make sure that we have abundant supplies of affordable, reliable energy. My friends, my wife was appointed to something called the Corporation for National Service by President Bush 43. She was honored to do so, sailed through confirmation much faster than I ever did. And she realized that what does a corporation do? It goes out and tries to get people to volunteer for jobs, spending $957 million of your dollars every year. And she said, wait a minute, that is a waste of taxpayer dollars, and resigned. My friends, there are a number of places we have to come. We have to, defund Planned Parenthood. Because we understand that we have an obligation to protect innocent human life. But it can't simply be an austerity program. We have to make sure that we unleash the market so that we can create jobs and wealth and prosperity. My dad's a retired football coach in the Texas High School Coaches Hall of Fame. Dad says when your team's not winning, look around and see other folks who may be. And as we look around this world, what we see are countries who are creating wealth, and they went to a low, simple, flat tax. We should do that as well as eliminate the death tax. And my friends, we also do something else. You cannot be a senator from Texas and not be focused like a laser on controlling that border. I think you control it with a wide variety of tools. A physical fence in certain places, a virtual fence in others, and additional boots on the ground. You also say that coming to America is about more than simply getting a job. Coming to America is about being an American. And part of being an American is learning English. We should tell those folks, that those employers in the old prosecutor union, those employers that are intentionally hiring illegals, the prosecutor union said that we should take them to court. In addition to that, quite frankly, when you come to America being American, you won't walk down American streets waving somebody else's flag. My friends, as I go around this state in this country, you were telling me that what you're looking for in Washington are people who are authentic, consistent conservatives, who have the courage to stand up in Washington, who won't be seduced by the Washington Post and the New York Times, and who have the capacity to rally Americans around the next generation of conservative principles. I thank you for the opportunity you gave me over the course of 12 years. I resigned that position so I could come out here and focus on earning your support. I wanted you to know that the record that I had built, saying that I understood that the words public and servant should go in the same sentence. That's why when the Texas legislature gave the 8 of us in the executive branch and statewide elected officials a $45,000 per year pay raise, I never took a penny of it. I didn't take it on 5, 06, 07, 08, 09, 10, or 11. That's why, my friends, I know something about the issue that's so important to you, about cutting the size of government and its scope. When I became a commissioner in 1999, we had 852 employees. When I left, we were authorized at 705 and had less than 660 on the payroll because you said you wanted to live in government. My friends, it's been my pleasure to be with you. May the peace of the Lord be with you. May God bless you. May God bless Texas.